Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another broadcast. Just some quick announcements to make in regards to the Cup qualifiers tomorrow. Some changes were made today. There won't be any more changes. This will be it. We had to make some changes to accompany all of the new entrants, all the new drivers that want to participate in the qualifier. We have, as of right now, 24 drivers that want to try and race their way in to the Cup Series. Of course, obviously, there won't be spots for everyone, but we want to try and give everybody a fair chance. And due to Xbox only allowing 16 people in a party, we want to make sure that all drivers have that communication. On the racetrack. So a couple of changes have been made to accompany the large amount of drivers that want to participate in the qualifier, and also for Xbox restrictions. If Xbox, would allow an unlimited amount of people, that'd be awesome. I really wish they did, but unfortunately, that's not the case. But just want to give a quick update on what is going to be happening. So, to start out, there will be no draft show tonight for groups, for qualifier groups. That has been canceled. That is no longer needed. So please kind of be aware that you're not going to be put into a specific group. So also another big change is there are no groups. That is the reason why the selection show for the roster of each group is not necessary. So to accompany the amount of drivers that are interested in the race, there were some barriers that we hit if in trying to run this qualifier tomorrow. So changes have been made. Basically, what's going to be happening is everybody is going to run one schedule. Everybody's going to be in the same lobbies. Everybody is going to run the same schedule, and they're 4% races with no cautions. So again, just wanted to remind everybody, there are 8 races, which means we will have 8 different winners. Again, if you win one of those 8 races, you transfer into the Cup Series. That has not changed. What has changed is the amount of races we're running, and it's 4%, no cautions. It seems that this will probably be the easiest way to do it, just for time-wise, due to the fact that the qualifiers are going to start at 7:30. We don't want to be staying up really late on a Sunday night, so we're going to try and get this done as quick as possible. So 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, we're going to run these qualifiers. They are 4% races, no cautions. If you wreck, it's unfortunate. You'll get another opportunity. And again, if you win one of those races, you are into the Cup Series. Also, what has changed is the LCR. It hasn't really changed. The track has changed to Michigan. So let's kind of go through the qualifier schedule real fast. I'm just gonna pick whatever car it was on. So the first race of the qualifiers, we are heading to Richmond. So we're going to go to Richmond Raceway for the first. These laps aren't accurate. The amount of laps we're going to run for each race is posted on the website, so feel free to go check it out over there, and kind of get an idea of how many laps we're going to be running for each race. So the first race that everybody's going to have a chance to make their way into the Cup Series is going to be Richmond. Then we're going to head over to Indianapolis for 6 laps. So Richmond will be 16 laps. Indianapolis is going to be 6. Again, don't ignore the laps on the screen. That's not what's accurate. The website is accurate. So then after Indianapolis, we are going to head to the short track of Martinsville for the third race of the Cup Qualifier. That is going to be a 20-lap shootout, 20-lap demolition derby, if you will. And we hope to get through that as quick as possible. So that will be race number 3. Race number 4, we're going to go to the 2.5-mile super speedway of Daytona. Daytona night will be 6 laps. Again, no cautions. Try not to wreck each other on purpose. I know it's probably going to happen a little bit because it's a draft track, but just try and be careful. There will still be more chances to win a race. I know it's the qualifier, and I know everybody wants to get in, but just try not to. Don't wreck people on purpose. That's not how we're going to race here at KMR. And again, I will be watching these races, so there will be officials present. So please keep that in mind to not do anything stupid. So after Daytona, we're going to the one and only road course. We're going to go to Watkins Glen for 4 laps. No cautions. So Watkins Glen will be race 5. And then after the one road course, it is the only road course in the qualifiers. However, this track will appear again in the actual schedule. So Watkins Glen is 4 laps. That is race number 5. Then we're going to go to race number 6, which will be Auto Club Speedway. Auto Club will be 8 laps, 2 miles. So that'll be race number 6 here in California. Race 7, going back to another short track, it'll be Bristol Motor Speedway for another 20-lap shootout. Again, another short track should be interesting for the viewers. And then our final race in the qualifier, standard portion, I guess, will be Kansas. Kansas will be 11 laps. This will be the final race before the last chance race. So again, Kansas will be 11 laps. Want to remind everybody, these 8 races, so race 1, Richmond, Indianapolis, Martinsville, Daytona night, Watkins Glen, Auto Club, Bristol, and Kansas, will be caution-free 4% races. The laps are on the website. Feel free to check it out on www.kmrversion2.com or .net, excuse me. So it's in the chat for those of you that want it. So there's the website. Feel free to check it out. So that is how that's going to be for the qualifiers. Also for the qualifiers, damage will be on. I just saw a comment saying wall riding. Damage will be on. If you are caught wall riding, you will automatically receive a DNF for that race. If you win, it will go to the second place driver. Your win will not count. So please be aware that rules will still be in place for the qualifiers, even though they're not going to be, not all the rules are going to be enforced, and they're not going to be enforced as strict as they will be for the dash races through the championships race. But please just keep in mind that the rules will still be in place. The officials will still be present for the qualifiers. Excuse me. So please just keep that in mind. So for the last chance race, we're going to go, maybe if I can find it, we're going to head to Michigan International Speedway. The lap you see on this screen, is correct. It is going to be 14 laps. The difference from Michigan is it's going to be a 7% race with in-game cautions. So please be aware that cautions will be present in this Michigan race, and they will be relaxed. They will be relaxed cautions, but they will still be cautions. So just kind of keep that in mind. And again, please do not wreck the leader or wreck anybody on the last lap of Michigan. This is where this rule will come into play. If you wreck anybody after the leaders have taken the white to purposefully end the race, the officials will determine whether or not there was foul play, and then the penalties and the appropriate actions will be assessed. So again, just kind of keep that in mind. So there is the qualifier schedule released. That is a new revised schedule. This is now the schedule for tomorrow's races. And again, we're going to start at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Richmond International Raceway is race number 1 for the qualifiers. So now the biggest change is going to be who races the qualifiers. We have 24 people registered. Only 16 will make it. And again, due to Xbox party restrictions, there is not enough space for everybody to be in the same party. So a decision was made. All the Cup drivers that were racing prior to this change will automatically secure a spot. So this means there will be limited spots available. So drivers like Hairbear, Wes, Dunker, Speed B, Rope, Beloved, Dale Jr., and JPS. Those 8 drivers will already secure a spot. So actually, now that I think about it, the last chance race in Michigan doesn't even need to be in play. So we're just going to get that out of here. So my apologies for that, but those of you tuning in, ignore this Michigan race. Michigan doesn't even matter at this point because I don't know how to count apparently. So anyway, if your name was called, you do not have to run the qualifier. So again, I'm going to remind those drivers that your names will appear in the Cup point standings. Please go to the Cup Series page to figure out if your name is already listed in the point standings. You do not need to race the qualifiers. We will see you for the dash races at Daytona next week. So again, the drivers that will secure a spot because they already had a spot secured before this whole change occurred are Chris the God or Hairbear, Wesley, Dunker Wiz, Speed B, Rope, Spheric Rope, Beloved, Dale Jr., and JPS. Those are the 8 drivers that have already they will keep their spots in the Cup Series. So that means 8 other spots are up for grabs. So again, so 8 winners. So again, 8 spots open, 8 different winners. There are 16 drivers, I believe, that will make their way into the qualifier. So again, we're going to do a quick recap of the changes that have been made. The qualifier schedule is still up and running. Richmond, Indianapolis, Martinsville, Daytona Night, Watkins Glen, Auto Club, and Bristol and Kansas will be the 8 races to determine the 8 starting positions, or to determine the remaining 8 spots open for the Cup Series roster. So again, 4%, no cautions. It's gonna be very interesting to watch. Should be fun. Hopefully for the drivers, hopefully it brings out a little bit more competitiveness in each driver, knowing that they're only certain chances to get to win. So please keep in mind that it's going to be pretty chaotic. It's going to feel like a multiplayer lobby on NASCAR Heat 4. Please know that this is the only time that really it's kind of getting chaotic, because it's the qualifier and it's just supposed to be pretty chaotic. So again, those are the changes. If your name was not called, or if your name is not in the Cup Series point standings, you must race your way in. You must earn a spot. If you were a hot seat driver before this change occurred, you will still need to race your way in. If you had a full-time ride and you were not a hot seat, you were not a sub, you were a full-time driver in your car, that was your car, you can keep your Cup spot. The car numbers and teams they probably will change. The draft will still occur on Monday to determine the teams, to try and make it fair. There will be a team prize at the end of the season. There will be so keep that in mind. So the goal of the draft is to kind of keep it so the teams are pretty even, so that way we don't have one team dominating, since there is going to be a prize at the end for the winning team that has the most points. So just keep that in mind. That is why the draft is in place. So team owners were established already due to the fact that they were already pre-existing teams and they were willing to run the team. Again, if you get picked to a team and the contract details just won't work out for you, let me know and I will let you move on and go to your own team. The only team that is not allowed to be present in any KMR race, this includes the X Series as well, is Stewart-Haas Racing. That team will stay closed at least for this season, potentially further into the future. So that is kind of why we're doing this draft, so we don't have another situation like we did with SHR in the previous chapter in KMR version 1. So just please be aware of that. SHR is off limits. If I see, or an official or any other driver sees you in a SHR car, you will be asked to change to a different car, or you will be automatically put on a different team. So please just keep that in mind. SHR is off limits. The Wood Brothers car that you see up on the screen is allowed. It will be its own team. If for some reason, one of the other teams don't work, again, we are not forcing you on a team. Our goal is, if you get drafted, please talk to the team owner. Try and come up with a contract to make it easier for the administrators to get everything confirmed. If for some reason it just doesn't work out for you, the team owner is not going to force you to stay because you have to. You will be allowed to switch teams. Please report it to me. Please message me if you have any questions. If you have any questions or concerns about your team, and I will let you switch to your own team, and you will become that team owner. If you're the first driver on that team, if you're joining someone else and that team is open, talk to them. I'll say talk to them. I do not have a say in teams, so just keep that in mind. But again, quick recap for this broadcast. The Cup qualifier schedule has changed. It is 8 races. I want to thank all the 5 viewers for tuning in to this important announcement. The qualifier schedule has changed. This will be the final change before tomorrow night. There will be no more changes. This is just to try and accompany all of the drivers that have registered to qualify. So again, it's 8 races. There are 8 spots available. So 8 spots, 8 races. Each race winner will transfer. The rest can be automatically eligible for hot seats or can be eligible for the X Series. So again, the 8 drivers that are already locked into the series because they already secured a ride for this upcoming season before the change occurred is Hair Bear, Wesley, Dunker Wiz, Speed Bee, Spheric Rope, Beloved Car, Dale Jr., and JPS. Those 8 drivers will continue to be in the Cup Series. They do not have to run the qualifier. They can come in and watch, whatever. They will not race, so you don't have to worry about them. But again, there are 8 spots available, 8 races. Only 8 drivers will remain. Again, the remaining drivers can go to the X Series, or they can become hot seats and just wait their turn to race in the Cup Series. So, should be a fun and interesting season. Again, I'm looking forward to it. Please check out the website for any more details. And also check out the news page for upcoming events. There's a schedule of upcoming events, as well as you can see the qualifier schedule for yourself. And again, please check the Cup Series roster, or check the Cup Series page, scroll down to the point standings, and you will see the drivers that were already locked in. Their names will appear in the point standings in just a random order, just so they're down and on the website. So again, if your name is not on there, you must, and you are willing to run in the Cup Series, please report to the qualifiers Sunday night, tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time on NASCAR Heat 4. We're going to run Richmond. I would like to get, if we could start early, that's great. The earlier, the better. 8 races, 4% race distance, no cautions. Let's see. It should be fun, interesting, and could be mind-blowing. Who knows? We could have some veterans miss the qualifier. We could have some younger names or some rookies make their way into the Cup Series. It's going to be a fun day of racing tomorrow. You can please tune in. I think someone will broadcast. I'm not sure yet. We will get more information on that. But again, for those of you that are not racing, or for those of you that are racing, good luck, and we will talk to you tomorrow. This is KMR.